just empty the whole closet and just start from scratch.
But you know what happened? I shrunk.
Oh, I wish I
My
did.
tops were big,
Oh,
but
good.
my
You want to
bottom,
share?
you know where that extra inch went. So all my pants are tight and my tops are big.
Oh my God. I love it.
And I had just gone through in my closet, gave all my pants away.
Oh my gosh.
So I have to go through them all again and see
That's
what
what I'm gonna
fits.
do. I gotta get in there, but it'll happen.
I know
It'll happen.
Test 1, 2, test.
Of course I do. Been a long time. Off.
Turn them off.
Off. Off.
Can't read my writing. I can't even see your reading. Much less.
taking the orders right now. We stayed, we've done in batches. The first order is gonna go in today, went in today. We'll probably get those in about 2 weeks. And then we're gonna give them out so people can start wearing them and actually be like a walking billboard for us. Yeah, and then the second batch, that's it from today on, we'll go in the second batch. Yeah. 2 hours.
I never wear t-shirts. I can't cover my shoulders. I get too hot. I hate my shoulders covered. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't either.
Both, only time.
I get even the winter you'll see I always have a tank top on. That's what I've done in the past, believe it or not. And I cut it down here because I can't stand it around my neck. I want anything tight around me. But I've actually done that.
It works. I try to get a solution, for everything. Hey, I always say you are right.
Nope. As long as it has no sleeves, I'm okay.
And if you buy 2 t-shirts, I'll give you a bigger t-shirt.
That'll work. We got towels.
That's too much information for me. What's that? Oh, okay, yeah. Yes. You know, I don't like the sound. When I talk, I don't like to I usually get in trouble because I yank it out and I start walking. Well, when I was teaching, I never sat down. I was sitting and teaching. I walked around the classroom constantly. So I did that for 36 years. I don't want to talk, like I said, I don't want to talk to them. I know what I'm doing. It's something that about being on, maybe the angle of the camera doesn't get you whatever.
You gotta bring it down. You gotta bring it down about 3 feet for us. But stand a little. He's going right before us, so that's your job, okay? Please. Well, then you have to learn how to adjust and readjust. I don't know.
Just turn the knob, right?
It's gotta face the audience and.
Oh, here it is. You push up the turn.
No, to make it higher. Towards the audience.
I know, it's scary.
For her. And I sat with him for an hour. The snow bills and how much we got back from the township. But you handled it like. And then some
Did you send out the live stream? Barbara Fabian says it was never sent out.
Are we all ready? Are we all ready? Everybody ready down there? All set?
It's better off.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for the whistle, Rosie. I assume it was you. Thank you for coming out this evening. If everyone could please, could I have the call to order and roll call, please?
Linda.
Here.
Mike.
Here.
Claire.
Here.
Maggie.
Here.
Olga.
Here.
Eric. Here. Jim.
Here.
If we could all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Done. David Nort from our Remembrance Committee will lead us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, David. Do we have any new homeowners who have never attended a board meeting before present? Would you like to introduce yourself, please?
My girl.
Welcome. Welcome aboard.
Welcome, Anna.
Hi, Anna.
Anyone else? Okay. May I have a motion, please, for approval of the open meeting minutes of May 12th, 2026?
Motion.
Second.
Mike,
Yes.
Olga,
Yes?
Linda,
Yes.
Claire,
Yes.
Maggie,
Yes.
Eric,
Yes.
Jim.
Yes.
Okie dokie, we have a little explanation for you regarding the procedure for rule changes, and Jim is going to keep you informed on that.
After last month's meeting, we received some comments and some, in regards to the process that we go through in regards to approval of rule changes and all. And we wanted, after listening to those comments and taking them into consideration, we wanted to make sure that we went over the process and make sure your understanding was the same as ours as far as how that process occurs. Essentially, the process is this. When we want to make some rule changes, it's a committee that usually comes up with the possible changes. They bring it to the board looks at it and reviews it, and if it's okay, if we feel it's okay, we will bring it to an open board meeting and we'll do a first reading. At that time, we've always said, no, we aren't taking any comments today. And that's the process that is usually used in most situations if you look at town boards and all. What we don't say, and what we probably should have said, is the next 30 days, we want your comments. Please give them to us in writing so that we can really consider those comments and make decisions in regards to any rule changes and make possible changes to them that fit those comments and all. After that 30-day period, we will come back and do a second reading. But before we do that second reading, we are going to go over comments that we got so that you know the comments that we got. And we will at that time do the second reading and give you an opportunity to give additional comments. Now, if with those additional comments, any of the board feels that we need to give it further consideration, we can table that vote. Any one of us can put a motion in to table that vote, and we will be glad to do that if we feel it's necessary. If we don't feel it's necessary and we think we can go ahead and we're willing to vote on it at that time, then we will go ahead and vote on it at that time and decide whether or not that will pass. That's the general procedure. Now, last month we did Rule 13, and I just want to remind you of the process we did with Rule 13. Rule 13 was originally proposed several months ago. And because of changes that you proposed and concerns that you raised, we tabled that. And it went back to the committee and it was again looked at by not only the core committee, but core, landscaping, and ARC together sat down and went over that rule and discussed it and came up with additional changes. We then brought it back. So if you think we didn't listen, we did. And we heard the comments that you gave to us and all. Another thing that we're going to do is we are going to make sure that any changes are issued out there in writing prior to the readings. Rule 13, we actually put it in the Mirage Messenger. And if at all possible, we will do that in the future. If not, we are going to send it out via email, and we would ask you to respond via email or use a concern form and let us know what your concerns are and what you would like to see changed in those rules So we want to hear from you. We really do. And you're also going to hear this and see this in this next month's messenger as far as the process too, so that you can refer to that and know what the process is in regards to changing of the rules and all. So, and I would also say, if you have a rule change you'd like to propose, you can do that to us in writing also, and we will consider that also. So that's generally the process that we go through. We want to hear from you. Please use that 30 days in between the readings and give us your feedback, because that's what it's for. Thanks.
Thank you, Jim. We have several invoices we have to go through. Ben Bivens, who is our tree vendor, it's the continued removal of both dead trees and fallen trees. So open to the public. Does anyone have any comments on that? And that is for a total of $14,000. Any comments from anyone? Okay, may I have a motion, please?
Motion.
Second.
Mike,
Yes.
Maggie,
Yes.
Linda,
Yes.
Claire,
Yes.
Olga,
Yes.
Eric,
Yes.
Jim.
Yes.
Okay, and then no common fence for $4,160, and that is for repair of damaged fences throughout the community. And the repairs that we're making on the chain link fence, we are now adding wires on the bottom that we're hoping will deter the deer from coming underneath. But those little buggers are hungry, so they keep at it, and they're bending the wire. So we're trying the best we can. So we just want you to know that we are putting an effort in. Yeah, they are. I feel sorry for them in a way, but not when they eat my flowers. Okay, so any comments on that before we put a motion on the floor?
Hey, Linda. Yeah, just to make sure that the line item for no common fence is the name of the company.
Yes. It's No Common Fence is the name of the company, yes.
Oh, really? Yeah, it's a fence.
Cutesy.
It's our fence company.
So, okay, no comments from the public?
Yeah, thank-
All righty, may I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Motion.
Second.
Who was that?
Is
Who
that
made the
Eric?
Give it to Mike.
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 Yes.
And who was the second?
Who was second?
Olga.
Olga.
Yes.
Linda.
Yes.
Claire.
Yes.
Maggie.
Yes.
Eric.
Yes.
Jim.
Yes.
And the next one is for air and heat specialists for $4,600. We had an existing contract with them that ends on July 1st. And with all of the new HVAC equipment that we put in for the pool and the humidistat and all of that, this is a contract for the next year, beginning July 1st through June 30th of 2027. And that's in the amount of $4,600. So any comments from or questions from the public on that?
Linda, can we also state that this contract covers a lot of additional equipment that was not previously?
It does, that's what I said, with the being that we added all that new equipment by the pool. Yes. So, any other questions or comments? Okey dokey, may I have a motion, please?
Motion.
Second.
Maggie.
Yes.
Claire.
Yes.
Linda.
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
Olga.
Yes.
Eric.
Yes.
Jim.
Yes.
Okay, we've had a couple of situations in the office where our homeowners have been a little less than kind to the staff in some situations. And we get it, you're passionate about some things. But I just want to read a statement for you, if you give me indulge me. In dealing with our office staff, residents are expected to communicate in a courteous and respectful manner at all times. Differences of opinion are natural, but they should be expressed professionally and constructively. Not every request can be approved, and not every concern can be resolved in the manner desired. When a decision is made that you disagree with, we ask that you express your concerns calmly and respectfully and utilize the appropriate appeal or review process when available. Management and lifestyle staff are responsible for carrying out policies established by the association. Residents should recognize that staff members often do not have the authority to alter policies or make exceptions outside established guidelines. Questions, concerns, and complaints should be submitted through established community procedures. Repeated confrontations, excessive communications, or attempts to pressure staff after a decision has been made are discouraged. Staff members serve many residents and often manage multiple responsibilities simultaneously. Courtesy, patience, and understanding contribute to a more productive and positive experience for everyone. We appreciate the passion and involvement of all of our residents and encourage open communication. By treating one another with dignity, respect, and civility, even during disagreements, we strengthen our community and create an environment where everyone can thrive. It is perfectly acceptable to disagree with the decision. It is never acceptable to be disrespectful to the people responsible for implementing it. Please be kind, respectful, and courteous in all conversations. There is no reason for negativity, and we appreciate everyone's cooperation in maintaining a positive environment. I thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you, Linda.
Okay. On that note, I'd like to bring up our irrigation issues. As many of you are aware, there was an irrigation issue recently. We want to assure residents that Down to Earth is working diligently to assess the situation and perform the necessary repairs and adjustments. The irrigation system is complex and serves the entire community, so from time to time, unexpected issues can occur. Down to Earth has identified the affected areas to date and is working to ensure the system is operating properly and efficiently moving forward. Additionally, with the recent hot weather, where we had a couple of really scorching days in a row, and we've had a couple this week, there has been a significant increase in irrigation-related work orders throughout the area. This influx has created a higher than normal volume of service requests, and crews are working diligently to address them as quickly as possible. We appreciate your understanding as they work through these issues and catch up on the increased demand. We appreciate everyone's patience while these repairs are being completed. The board and management will continue to monitor the situation and work closely with Down to Earth to address any remaining concerns and maintain the health and appearance of our landscaping throughout the community. So, thank you for that. Okay, on that note, Eric, we wanted to just confirm on how someone would go about putting in an irrigation concern. No, that was the forms on the website?
Oh, okay. So on the Mirage website, there are 2 forms that people could fill out. And the request is, and even board members are doing this, we're filling out the forms. One is a general concern form and one is a down-to-earth specific form. So we ask that you fill those out for any request. They're good for you because they're tracked with a time and date stamp. You'll get an email back. And the same thing with the other form, and then you can see the progress on it. So please do that. The board members are doing it. I will talk to Dawn about holding a class because some people may not be familiar with it. So if people want a sit-down session on that, that would be good. I don't want to do it here, though. So, but yeah, please fill out those requests because it's a matter of tracking for both us and for you.
Just to add to that, if you don't have access to the website and all, the forms are available here in the clubhouse, and you can fill them out and give them back to the front desk. If you fill it out online, it automatically is submitted. You don't even have to come down here, which is very convenient. So when you go to submit that, look and make sure you get the right form.
I can attest to that. I filled out my form incorrectly the first time and found the correct form down a little bit lower on the screen and had to redo it.
Okay, thank you for that, Eric. Eric, do you have a minute? You want to touch on the food truck, ice cream truck issue in the community?
Yeah. There's a request. We had an issue with the food truck coming during the lunchbox, and a homeowner asked for that to do. We asked if you want to have a food truck for something, is to call up the office and coordinate with them, whether it's at your house, on your block. But for the food truck here, we'll coordinate that. So you could do it, whether it's a food truck or an ice cream truck, just put in a request to Dawn.
Thank you. And on the note of food, Jim, you want to hit on the coffee machine?
Sure. Strangely enough, I didn't have people beating down my door to volunteer to open a coffee shop. I don't know
I
why.
can't believe it.
But we haven't given up on the idea of coffee in the clubhouse here, and we think it's a good idea, but we got to find the right machine, and we're continuing to look to see if we can find a machine that is affordable and will meet the needs so that we can replace the one that broke a while ago. So we are still working on it. Don't give up on your coffee in the building here in the morning. We'll see what we can do about coming up with something for you.
Thank you. Okay, we'll move on to our treasurer, Claire Hastic.
Okay. This report is for April. Revenue was more than budget due to the selling of 3 homes in April. There was also a transfer of non-operating interest of $17,987.13, which was higher than budget. Payroll was under budget by almost $1,300, and there were no temporary employee hours this month. Utilities were actually under budget by $3,000. The clubhouse gas usage is decreasing, but of course electricity is increasing. Telephone and cable bills were near budget, and there was no water or sewer paid this month. General maintenance costs were over budget. Grounds maintenance was over budget due to the renewal of the cell cards for the common irrigation system. The cell cards run the data for the common system, and that has to be renewed every single year. And there were also repairs to the irrigation system, which Linda talked about. Administrative expenses were higher due to ordering the cards to get into the clubhouse. When new homeowners buy into Mirage, they get cards. Well, the more houses you sell, the more cards you need, and we had to buy extra. And also, it's the summer, so we needed the permits and the licenses for the opening of the outdoor pool. General was under budget because there was no bad debt write-off this month and only 1 insurance payment. Now for the tough news. The reserve funding was more than budget because we had to transfer money from the snow fund and the weather fund to pay for the snow of $194,000, plus tree removal. Tree removal and fixing the fences and general cleanup cost the weather fund $60,000, and that's all due to that February storm. So we had the money in the snow and the weather account. I can tell you from conversations that I've had with other board members and people that I know that live in other HOAs, they're getting special assessments. We are not. We had the money. Yes, we're going to have to worry about replenishing it when it's budget time, but we had the money. There is no special assessment. We're one of the few associations, from what I've heard, that actually do not have a special assessment.
It really is.
I would like to tell you, if we did, it would have been close to $400 per household. So that's because finance and the board over the years were smart enough not only to have a snow fund, but to start a weather fund. That weather fund isn't just for trees coming down and fences, it's also to pay for when the snow gets that bad, and we had to do that this year. So, again, past boards, past finance committees, they're the ones that we really need to thank.
Amen.
Any questions?
Okay. All right, before we move on to liaison reports, I just want to do one thank you, and that is to Olga. She did that wonderful stencil that you see out on the wall by the pool, and she did the rendering of our special Remembrance Committee project. So Olga, thank you for your talents.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Really?
Okay, do we have any clubs or committee members who want to give a report?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bruno Iamonte. I'll start out with Firewise and then go on to the Mirage Men's Club, and then after that, fundraisers that we're doing. As far as Firewise, I know some people have asked about common areas. Right, the two-year plan that we have is this year we have to do the whole perimeter, because last year we did not do the entire perimeter. So this year the whole perimeter gets done. No common areas from Firewise. Right? Next year we're going to skip the perimeter because the growth is not going to be that high anyway, and we're going to again clean as many common areas as possible with the money that we have available. All right, so that's the two-year plan, and then it's going to recycle again and again and again. All right, 1 year we're going to do the perimeter, 1 year we're going to concentrate on the common areas. All right, for the men's club, I just want to mention a couple of things. The Saturday, this coming Saturday, June 13th, it's a sign up for the Jersey Shore Barbecue community event. This is the one where you have three choices. You can come in for food, and that's meals only, it's $25. If you're coming for the dance only, it's $20, and then if you come for both, you get a $5 break. It's $40 for the two of them. Right? So the sign-up is for, again, June 13th at 10 o'clock in the lounge. All right. Next thing, the military fundraiser that we're doing. And it's not just the men's club. I've said this before. It's the men's club, women's club, Italian American, and social committee. It's for our military, both active and veterans. The money, some people have asked, where's the money going? Okay, the money, the net profit that we get, it's going to go to Wounded Warrior Project. Some will go there. Some will go to Tunnels to Tower. Some will go to Joint Base McGuire, to their food pantry, that they do need help there. So it's going to organizations that help our military. All right? And thanks to them, we're here enjoying our retirement. So please, open your hearts, open your wallets. I know things are expensive, but you got to look at it this way. This is the way I look at it. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be sitting here enjoying our lives. Okay, that's why I do all of these. As part of the fundraiser, we have several events, several things that we do. One of is bowling. For those of you that are bowlers, you got emails. Dawn sent an email today to everyone that the sign-up is tomorrow at 10 o'clock again in the lounge. For bowling, it's $20. I have 3 slots are available, a 12 to 2, 2 to 4, and 4 until you're done. And the reason I did that is that so I don't get like 150 people all at one time and they say, okay, I want to bowl. You only have so many alleys available. So you have a choice of time whenever you can make it. And that's going to be on August 5th. After that, the next event would be the Walk for Heroes. And that is, we'll walk around the community, right? And that's going to be $18. The sign-up date will be coming out in the messenger and also through emails. After the walk, we'll have a continental breakfast here in the clubhouse. The other thing that we're doing is also we're selling T-shirts. The T-shirts are $15 each, no matter what size you want. Linda and I will be out there after the meeting. If you have not purchased one, please do. As I said, it's $15. They have a beautiful logo that was designed by
Rich Calley.
All right, thank you. All right, and it's really, really nice. It looks nice. You can have it across your chest. You can have it over your left chest, whichever choice you want on that. So that's a take a look at it. We have 2 samples of T-shirts. They're not going to be the same as the one you're getting, but the material, if any of you want to touch the material, see what it feels like, we have it available for you. All right? The other thing that we're doing is on August 28th is the gala evening. All right, this is where you come in. You want to get dressed up, great. And it's from 6 to 7. We'll have a cocktail hour in the lounge, and hopefully, weather permitting, we'll be out in the veranda. All right, from 7 o'clock on, at 7 o'clock, I'm going to ask people to come into the ballroom. We have a really good band coming in, and from 7 to 10, we enjoy the rest of the evening. All right, so please, if you want to pick up you don't have to buy the T-shirt today. You can pick up an order form, take it home, fill it out, make the check to the Mirage Men's Club. All the finances go through Mirage Men's Club. And then just return it to the front desk. I will pick them up periodically and process them. Right? We're also doing an ad journal. And the ad journal, basically, if you want to thank someone in the military, or if you have someone in the military that, maybe a son, grandson, whatever, in the military, and you want to say thank them for that. Or if you have a business and you want to put an advertisement in the journal, you're welcome to do so. All right? If you take a full page of the journal, a full page would be if you take a printer sheet, sheet of paper for the printer, you fold it in half, and that would be what a full page would be on that journal. And that's $100. If you want a half page, it's $50. A quarter of a page, which would be equivalent to your business card, that's $35. If you just want to donate, you want to be a donor, that's $20. So again, our goal is to reach about $10,000 to donate. So the only way we can do that is your help. And I'm asking you folks to please help out. Thank you.
Bruno, on behalf of the board and the management, we'd like to thank you for breakfast this morning. Thank you very much. We did.
And Bruno, congratulations on the awesome work that the Men's Club did, that they could recognize those young scholars. So thank you.
They were really very nice. The family, everybody was nice this morning. It was great. Thank you.
Thanks, Bruno. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, I'll follow Bruno. I'm Dave Nort, the Remembrance Committee. We received some great feedback about Memorial Day ceremony. We had the ROTC and the Boy Scout Troop 26 attend. They did a great job. We had 2 donation sources. $300 went to the Barnegat VFW. $300 went to the Joint Base Lakehurst, Air Mobile Command Test and Evaluation Squad. And now we're going to start focusing on September 11th ceremony. Next, we're talking about the niche program, which is well underway, and provide you with the information of this endeavor with 2 members of our Remembrance Committee who have been working very hard on this project, Marie Rizzuto and Diane Semino.
Good evening. We wanted to tell you a little bit about the project that is going on that you might have seen the table outside at a couple of different events and more in the future, hopefully. We're putting something very special in the niche that you see where the table is located on the left of the desk when you come in. The niche is located there and is soon going to become a tribute to our Mirage veterans. And we're going to show you a little bit about what you can expect to see. And I think the AV committee is going to zoom in on that, right? As seen in this artistic rendering done by the board trustee and homeowner Olga Koritko.
Good.
Olga, thank you. An eagle will sit above the niche. Beneath the eagle, inside the niche, will be the words, "Honoring our veterans." cascading down the left and the right side on the inside of the niche will also be discs for the 6 branches of the military. A monitor will be situated near the bottom that will scroll the names of our veterans on an ongoing basis. Below the monitor will be an item yet to be determined, possibly a red, white, and blue floral arrangement, or a statue of a soldier, or something relevant. The Remembrance Committee is offering several items for sale as a fundraiser for this project. We have baseball caps, visors, pool towels, and eyeglass lens cleaning cloths. They will all feature a logo that says Mirage celebrates 250th anniversary. It's a beautiful logo, you should see it. We have pictures of it, which will be at the desk if you want to see it. What a great keepsake this is going to be for our celebration this year in America. Oh, this is a picture, yeah. Diane and I have been sitting in front of the niche to take orders during several different events, as I mentioned, and we will be available tonight after the meeting. If you have any questions and/or if you want to take an order form home and bring it back with a check or cash and bring it back to the front desk anytime there's somebody stationed there, or if we're there at night with our table. If you're interested, please visit us in the foyer. Again, take home an order, or you can give us the check or the money now. We're here to collect it. We're going to beat Bruno out. No, I know it's not. If they're for totally different reasons, so it's all going to our veterans. This project is really for the Mirage veterans. So I think it's extra special for you as well. And if, by the way, you have a spouse who's a veteran and their name is not already on one of the plaques, let us know and we can add it to the scroll when that's made. There's no more room here to add any extra veterans, so that's why we came up with this idea, so that we can honor all the veterans who live in the Mirage and keep adding as we grow. Anyone who already took an order form, by the way, and brought it home and didn't bring it back yet, please bring your payment back as soon as possible. We're hoping to have everything in to place the order by the end of June. Please know that we all appreciate your support in making this project a reality for all of our veterans. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marie and Diane. The 250th Anniversary Committee, of which the Remembrance Committee is part, is seeking homeowners, companies, stores, and purchase ads. Please know that all proceeds will benefit our military vets as well as active military, so we truly a wonderful cause. If you're interested in purchasing an ad, please feel free to see me after the meeting. Our next Remembrance Committee meeting is Thursday, June the 11th, this Thursday at 2 p.m. Finally, I'm sorry to say some sad news, but our 101-year-old vet, U.S. Marine Walter Kelly Ostiniak, that we honored during Memorial Day, passed away on June the 2nd. Walter's viewing is scheduled on June the 18th at 11 a.m. at St. Mary's Church, and I'll be attending. Thank you to the board, and thank you to our liaison, and most especially, thank you.
Sorry to hear that. That was sad. Okay, I'm Mirage Players, and I unfortunately don't have anything to do with the military. But Mirage Players has been doing readings where we meet in the conference room and we come up with different skits and things, and people sit around a table and we read from these scripts, and it's just to try to get the players back into doing what they do to feel comfortable. We're trying to put on a small type of a show, not as big as the shows we've always been doing if you've lived here before, because we just don't have the amount of people. Right now, we probably grew from 2 of us to about 11 or 12 of us, so that's positive. But we need some men. We need some guys that, can join us as well. And we invite you, if you ever think that you might want to do something like that, it's very easy. You're just reading. There's no pressure. You can just give me a call. But we look forward to maybe some type of, like I said, a small show coming up maybe next year for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Rose.
Hi, Sharon, Social Committee. I'm going to be real quick and just give you our summer rundown. We have game night coming up this Thursday, June 11th. We still have a couple seats left, so if you want to go, contact Dawn. We have a Polynesian pool party on June 25th. It's sold out, but we always have a wait list, so you can still add your names to that. We're going to have hula lessons and a Samoan fire knife dancer. And in case of rain, it's going to be indoors, and they'll be using LED lights. We have a midsummer sunset pool party scheduled for July 23rd. Sign-up is June 23rd with DJ Geo, and the rain date for that is July 24th. And last but not least, we have Grandchildren's Day on August 1st, and we don't have a sign-up date on that yet, but this year's theme is going to be superheroes. Thank you, everyone.
Do we have a women's club representative here? No? Okay, I'd just like to state I attended their Caring by Sharing on Monday, yesterday, actually. Gee, that seems like it was ages ago. And it was wonderful. They presented checks to many community representatives as well as scholarships to 4 young ladies from the high school. And I'd like to thank all of the clubs because they pool together their money, they outreach to the community, and that's what makes Mirage so special. We're not just in the confines of Mirage. We reach out to the surrounding community. We help the food pantries, we help St. Mary's, we reach out for, you gave scholarships, I believe, this morning. Italian American Club gives scholarships, Women's Club gives scholarship. It's a wonderful, wonderful community, and I thank you all for being a part of it.
Barbara Turning with the Italian American Cultural Club. As you all know, we have Pasta Night coming up. We're very excited about it. We have big plans for that night. There's a meatball contest. Sign-up was this morning. We got a nice response. And we're limiting the meatball contest to 10 contestants. But to be fair, what we're going to do is people who sign up, and we had a few that signed up this morning. Once you sign up, we're going to put all the names of the people who registered to be a contestant into a jar, and then we're going to pull those names at the Elvis event next week, next month. And then we'll pick out 10. If we don't have 10, then we'll just do whatever we have. There'll be 3 prizes, 3 nice prizes, and there'll be, we have it's also a fundraiser night, our biggest fundraiser we've ever had. We'll have for POAC, which is Autism of New Jersey. My son is coming to speak, and he's got big plans for pictures and everything this time. He did it for the Women's Club, and they loved it, so he's going to do it so that men can come too. And Pasta Night should be a fun night. $25 per person. You can still sign up. The sign-up sheets are still in the book. And if you're still interested to be in the meatball contest, to be a contestant in the meatball contest, there's registration forms in the book. You can take it and fill it out. And all the contestants will have free entry to Pasta Night. You won't have to pay to get in. And there'll be prizes for everybody who is a contestant. And the pans, there's a question about the pans. You're going to have to we're going to give you the pans to keep them totally anonymous. We don't want anybody to know who, there's going to be one person that's going to know whose meatballs are whose. So the pans are going to be given out after the Elvis event. If you're not at the Elvis event to get your pan, but you already signed up, we'll make arrangements for you to get your pan before the pasta night, so that, but the meatballs have to be in those pans, and we will assign, the one person will assign a number, and then he's the only person that's going to know whose meatballs are in that pan. And then we're going to serve those meatballs with the pasta, and we have antipasta. It's going to be a nice menu. So if you're interested in the meatball contest, the forms are in the book. The other thing we have coming up in August is the Barbara Lynn Band. We've had her before. She's very, very good. Refreshments will be served. Sign up will be July 14th at 10 a.m. in the clubhouse. And the doors will open at 6 and the show will start at 7. And that's $25 per person. That one is open to family and friends, not just members only. Thank you.
Thank you, Barbara. Any other clubs or committees? Okey dokey, we're going to move on to the board liaisons report. Claire, our treasurer for finance.
I just want to say that the board has started the budget process. Since it's June, we are now looking at contracts that have to be renewed. So we're looking at other companies, taking bids, looking at them, and as we vote to a certain contract, it will come to be voted on at an open meeting. The line-by-line budget process doesn't start until August, and that is a group venture between the total board and the complete finance committee. So we have something to look forward to.
Thank you, Claire. Olga?
Just a reminder again that the choral concert is coming up on the 26th. It's going to be a great show. We've got a lot of patriotic numbers, and then we also have songs from the American Songbook. Everybody's been working very hard on this, and we hope to see a lot of you out there in the audience listening to us. Thank you.
Thanks, Olga. On my liaisons, CORE is working on the upcoming elections. Believe it or not, it's almost time for community elections coming up. You'll see some information in the July Messenger about it. They're continuing with community inspections. So I'd like to thank the chair, Debbie Turner, and the entire committee, especially the inspection teams. They go out and they do a 360 of the homes, and that's what keeps us looking good. As far as the newspaper, everything is great. Thanks to Tina Galvo and her entire committee. And the clubs, everybody's good. Everybody's working in unison. So we go to Mike.
My turn. Landscape, Linda and already talked most of what's going on with landscape. Facilities and grounds are in the process of going out and measuring all the cracks in our roadways for, so we can get a number for sealing the cracks. And audiovisual is doing what audiovisual does. I happened to have been here last night for the high school jazz band, and I thought it was the best sound quality they've ever had come out of here.
That's right.
So thank you.
Kudos to the AV. Okay, Mike, do you want to touch on the fountains, the lake fountains and the guardhouse fountains?
Okay. There's two sets of fountains here. We're going to call them lake fountain and entrance fountain. The lake fountain is ordered. It should be in, Despina, what was that?
Install day is the 19th.
The 19th for the fountain. The reason why we turned one fountain off because it looked kind of really stupid. It was very unbalanced, so one fountain was turned off. The other project we have going, there are two fountains in the entrance. Work needs to be done. Unfortunately, none of the electricians would touch the control box because there's actually no room to get in between because the landscaping is grown up in between. So the bushes are being taken down tomorrow. And then an electrician will come in and give us a quote on getting those up and running.
Great. Thank you, Mike. Maggie?
Okay, Social Committee, Sharon did a wonderful job. They just continue to wow me with everything they're doing all the time. Tremendous committee with a lot of energy. Remembrance Committee also, great report. One thing I thought of that falls under remembrance, it's military-oriented, that I just wanted to make mention of, and I wish Joe Chaburri was here, but you're not.
He's not here.
Well, so last year I was approached near the end of the year, it was cold weather, and I was asked about the possibility of introducing this tour of Joint Base Lakehurst. And I heard a little bit of what it was about, and I knew that Joe was a big part of that location. And I said, we could make that happen. That sounds like fun. So I collaborated with Dawn, and we decided warm weather, because you do have to be outside for part of this. So you end up actually standing where the Hindenburg met its disaster, which is chilling in itself. It's amazing that it happened here, that we're such a part of history. But it's bigger and better than that. And, we saw a lot of really cool military artifacts, but it culminated with an area that Joe, our very own Joe, works on aircrafts and refurbishes them and is keeping them very much alive for history of military. And it's so cool to see him, to listen to him, and see how excited he is. So I say to you, it's supposed to be a 20-person tour. Joe got us to be able to have 34 Miragians there. If you're interested, let me know, let Dawn know, because we'll put another group together. I think it's something you'd enjoy. I wrote an article about it for the upcoming Messenger, because I thought it was that cool to experience. So think about going. I think you'd enjoy it. Yeah. And then lastly, Tom Kearns, I know you're here. Yes. Last month, Tom, you mentioned when we talked about the 250th yard signs that, why not go till Veterans Day? So we heard you, Tom, and we went even better than that. We're going to go till the end of the year with those signs. Yay. We talked about that, yeah. Yay. You want to make sure they're in the planting beds, because again, Down to Earth can't navigate their equipment around those if they're just, placed any old place on the lawn. So just keep them in your planting beds. But yes, well, hey, it's the 250th year, so we'll see it right through to the end of the year. So thanks, Tom. Thanks for your comments. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Maggie. Eric?
Yes, Safety Committee. So they are working, or they just finished the food services guideline, which is now being implemented by Lunchbox and all the other committees. So that has done, it was a good effort, and we're seeing the benefits of that. They're in the process of working on the emergency preparedness guideline. That's in progress. Maybe another month or so, and we'll get it out for the board for their approval as well. But most of it's there. It's just really the updates that are going on. There is one other incident I want to bring up. There was an incident where I saw, and this is a safety issue for the entire community. There was an incident I saw while I was away on vacation enjoying myself, that somebody threw a cigarette butt, and I saw the email about smoldering fire. One little mistake like that, we're down in the Pinelands. We have mulch around the place. Let's be careful if you're a smoker. I'm a former smoker, but please be careful with those cigarette butts. Toss them properly. Thank you.
Thanks, Eric.
Thank you, Eric.
And kudos to Mark from the office, because he was astute enough to grab a fire extinguisher and was able to extinguish that immediately, so. Okey-doke, Jim.
ARC continues to meet twice a month. One of the things we would ask you is make sure when you fill out your application, you fill it out completely, so that they have all the information they need to make decisions on those. They turn them around real quick. Once they're in, we have a really good group of people there, and they are on top of it. If they have additional questions, they'll get back to you with questions from the office. Just give us that information as soon as possible, and you'll get your decision on your application. They are working on updating the siding colors that are allowed in the community. I don't think you're going to see a lot of additional colors, but at least you will have an updated list of what those colors are called now rather than 25 years ago. And if you go and look, you'll find that there's already quite a list. So if you have a big urge to spend a lot of money and reside your whole house, come on down and check it out. See what colors you can have. So. Also, they're starting to look at the issue of, one of the issues that came up was equipment on the lawns. And we know that it costs quite a bit to hand dig patio areas and those types of things. So they're looking at the possibility of whether or not that could change. So they're in the process of looking at that, but that's going to involve some other committees too as we go down the road. But just to let you know, they're starting to look at that. Lunchbox. Thank you so much to the volunteers that have come out thus far, and thank you to everybody that's come out thus far to purchase food. Rose Holden and Bucky have done a great job of coordinating that whole thing, so thank you for that. We've had it for two weekends, and it's gone very well, and just ask you to keep on coming out and keep on volunteering. We appreciate that. I do want to mention July 4th. July 4th this year falls on a Saturday. And strangely enough, people have things they like to do on July 4th. So here's what we're going to do. We will not have Lunchbox on July 4th. We will have it on July 3rd, Friday, and we will have it on July 5th. So that gives those teams an opportunity to go and doing things they want to do. I know we have several homes that like to have picnics and cul-de-sacs that like to have picnics during that time. So we'd like to honor that and do that. And also give people the opportunity to celebrate 250 years of a great country. So we've made those changes, and the board has approved that, and we appreciate that. So, and what we'll do is we'll ask Dawn to send out a reminder so people don't show up here on the 4th looking for food, because they won't be here. So, and that's all that I have. Thanks.
Great. Thanks, Jim. We're going to move on to open forum. If anyone wants to come up, if you just come to the microphone, please, give your name, address, and your question.
Tracy Barron, 15 Edgewater Path. I apologize if this has been addressed before, but I'm not aware. Can we think about replacing the street signs? Yes. Because they're impossible to read at night, most of them. Mike's got something to say.
Tracy, the only thing I can tell you from his experience is we would have to pay for them. They are very expensive. The township does not provide them.
I mean, maybe we can go in phases, because maybe just start with Mirage Boulevard and, look into, and maybe making the font a little bit bigger.
I agree. I agree.
But maybe it's something we can look at long-term and do it in phases.
Great suggestion. We'll put it in. Thank you.
Diana Marks, 14 Palmview. First, I want to thank the board for clarifying the rule process.
Thank you.
This is the first board that's considered that all the rules affect us, so we really do need to be in the know. Second thing is to my amazement, I do believe the 25 mile per hour stamp on the road is working. I hope we don't become desensitized to it, because I think, I don't know if anyone else has noticed it, it's noticeably slower. There's those few, but whatever. Speaking of the roads, I was hoping that you would reconsider and keep considering and maybe add to the budget, putting the pedestrian crosswalks at Whitewater and Mirage, the two Lakeland and Mirage, and Rocky Brook. There's curves, even if you're going 25. I had I was just over the yellow line, and he went right behind me. They don't care. So stop in the crosswalk would be nice, but there's no crosswalk, so.
Again, we will look into that. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Thanks for the suggestion.
Thank you. Buckeye does crosswalks.
Judith Henn, 34 Pondview Circle. I'm a seasonal resident here, and so 2 seasons ago, to the office and to Bill, our hardworking Bill, I told him about mushroom mold on the sign when you leave here. Nothing was done about it. I noticed it last season, said something again to Bill. And I'm driving out of here today, mushroom mold on the sign leaving here. It should not be.
It's on the sign, Judy? On
It's
the,
on the Mirage, welcome to the Mirage sign.
okay. Can you do me a favor in the future and not discuss it with Bill, but rather put in a concern
I
form?
did.
You did? Okay, so
did.
this way management can
2
address it.
seasons ago.
Okay, we will look into that. Thank you very much. We'll look into it.
Watch it, Mike. You're good. That's good. That's fine. Hi, Dave Wright, 1 Silver Lake Drive. I wanted to comment first, and I'm glad Jim brought it up. I commented a few months ago about the process for how we get to a vote and all that kind of stuff, and I'm glad that the board is going to be looking at that. A couple of small items, and Jim made a few of the points, but the first one was, I heard somewhere along the way about people that they can't make meetings, they work at night, they babysit, they do different things. So maybe one of the things, if that's a real issue for a lot of people, is you could make sure that there's no 2 night sessions in a row or 2, afternoon sessions in a row. So somebody would miss. If you only have 2 meetings to vote, and you can't do that, you kind of miss it. So that's one.
Gotcha.
So that might be helpful. And lastly, I think for a lot of the issues that have been discussed recently, at least that I've observed, some of the smaller issues, Shepherd's Hook, all these things that people are talking about, certainly aren't critical. There's no exigencies of the circumstances. So we got to vote and get this in place now, right? So we want to make sure the community's involved. For a lot of reasons, people don't want to watch the video, they don't come to the meetings. But maybe if you could just make it a little bit more easy to participate in the process. And I think if you gave them the opportunity over 3 meetings, so you have a first reading, no vote, no nothing, you get comment, you have a second meeting, and then if you can't reach it, you can table it, go to a third meeting. It said by the third meeting, which is 3 months, you can solve the problem of Shepherd's Hooks or whatever, and maybe avoid a lot of the angst and stuff they get upset about. Because I think people really want to be involved in the process, and I think we have, and maybe he's right, we have to make it easier for them to participate in the rule changes in the process.
We want you to be involved,
Right.
because we live here too.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we want everybody to be involved.
Yeah, I mean, there's 1,250 homes, whatever the, average in the house is, but we just need to make it a little bit easier and communicate more.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Anyone else? Oh, here come 2. Here come 3. Oh, no, yep.
I'm not short. Okay. Anyway, Rose Holden, I just had a question. I mentioned it once before because we're talking about safety and crosswalks and everything. But outside, people are parked in the handicapped spots. And then people leave an event or are coming to an event when people are trying to drop off people, and no one wants to walk on the sidewalks like everybody walks in the street. So a person comes around and then other people are walking and they're like, you almost hit me. Well, why don't you try using maybe the sidewalk? And backing out, people are backing out, and at night it's dark, and I don't care that you have cameras on, the people are just walking in the street instead of using the pathway. And I think that it would just help eliminate any problems there might incur, to maybe just remind people to maybe use those
Remind people of
walkways.
that. Yeah, we can put that in our highlights and everything so that
Yeah.
goes out to the community. So, yeah, thanks,
Okay,
Rose.
thank you.
Barbara Turning, 5 Rocky Brook. I just want to say thank you for what Mr. Thompson said about the, and change, clarifying the voting or
Process.
the passing of procedures. However, You have so many problems here in Mirage, and rocking chairs are not one of them. And I want to ask the board, I just want to ask the board, we have never been told why he couldn't have his rocking chairs. Can somebody give me one reason why the rocking chairs were a problem?
Barbara, if you're talking about an individual, we won't discuss that.
There has
If
to
you're
be a
talking
reason
in
why,
general, if
since 2015, I looked through all the papers, the regulations since 2015. Never before has the word rocking chairs been put into the paperwork. Now, all of a sudden, it took all that rudeness to get to a vote and for rocking chairs that I drove past them every single day. They were calming, they were beautiful. There was nothing wrong with the rocking chairs. Why? What problem did the board have? Any one of you? You all have your own opinions. One opinion of what was wrong with the rocking chairs.
Again, if you're speaking on an individual, we won't address it.
I'm not talking about an individual. There are other people here who have rocking chairs.
Barbara, we never had shepherd's hook in the rule either. If you look back.
The number
it
of
wasn't,
them.
It wasn't
Yes.
only, okay?
Right.
So the number wasn't. So if you put a rocker of any kind on dirt, it is not a solid surface. We are aging. We have enough issues walking on sidewalks and street to walk on dirt and sit in a movable object, to me, is a safety issue. So that's my reason.
That's your reason, okay.
And that's a general.
You were given many reasons why it's good for seniors to have rocking chairs, and that was not considered, okay? And I don't understand the way you voted. I'm glad you clarified that, and I'm glad that's going to change, because that was not proper what you did.
Barbara,
was
it hasn't
absolutely
changed. It's just
rude.
we didn't explain that you had that 30 days to voice your opinion. It's always given the 30 days. We would never clarify that 30 days is when you can respond.
No, you didn't. And
So that's what we've clarified now.
Right.
Because we want input.
Okay.
Okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Lisa Wright, 1 Silver Lake. I just have a question about the monitor and the niche. Are all of the names from the wall going to be in the monitor? Thank you. My father's name is up there. He used to live here.
Your dad, right, Lisa?
Yep, my dad.
He will not be forgotten.
His name is up on the wall, and I was afraid because he wasn't here anymore.
No, normally what we do, just to give you information on that, every year that list is reviewed. The only people that are removed is someone who has passed and there's no longer a family member living in the community. As
Okay.
long as there's a family member in the community, the name remains.
Good, because my grandkids like to come and see Pop-Up's
Great.
name when they come, and it's nice, so, thank you.
Thanks.
Diana Marks, 14 Pondview. You just told the woman before that rocking chairs are a safety issue. Now, there's many safety issues in our own home. What gives you the right to tell us something we own on our property insured by our homeowner's insurance has anything to do with the board? So you're really kind of dodging the answer. Why rocking chairs? Why rocking benches? What is it about the rocking that the board doesn't want?
I can only give you my own opinion, Diana, which I did. As far as anyone else's, I can't speak for them. And again, I won't speak to an individual. I can speak in general, that's it.
So you keep saying, speak to an individual. So
Because
50% of the
is-
people here know the
Everyone's
home.
referring to a specific individual.
Not really. I mean, there might be new people that move in that might want to put a rocking chair on their mulch in their garden instead of a bench because they want to rock.
If I can interject here,
Yes, please.
I would like to. The rocking chairs were not, the rocking bench was not allowed to be placed in a flower bed. That's what the rule was about. It was about flower beds. Now, we also had a rule that was passed several months ago that we do not approve patios in the front of the house. that would be an appropriate place for a rocking chair or a rocking bench for people to sit. We did not approve that. That went up to vote. You were, many of you were here for that vote. So you can have a rocking bench or a rocking chair if you have a portico. You may place it there.
Right.
But not in the flower beds. That's what that was about. Very simple, I think.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Cavas, 17 Whitewater. I don't know what you mean by Barbara speaking about one individual. And if it was meant us, I don't know Barbara, never met Barbara. So she wasn't speaking about us. Okay, I just wanted to make that very clear. So it's not one individual. I would think that there's many people here. The issue about safety. You mentioned one, people getting hurt. But there's a list of reasons that we should be using rockers. Health reasons. You mentioned just one, so the list is far more than one. And every homeowner has insurance. No one wants to get hurt. But sitting on a bench is allowed. Sitting on a chair is not. That's a question I have. What is the reason for that? Because you obviously don't mind if we sit. And for people who are older, leaning on two armrests, I looked this up, leaning on two armrests to get into the chair and out of the chair is safer than being on a bench, which you would not be able to lean your hands on two armrests. So I don't understand, is it the sitting? Because now we're not talking about having chairs or benches in a planting bed. We're just talking about having chairs or benches. Why can you sit on a bench and you can't sit on a chair? And the question is, for any time you make a rule, we would like reasons when you give the rule. So why do we prefer benches and not chairs?
When it comes to that rule, it was for flower beds. Many of the homes in the community already have a decorative bench in the flower bed. And that's what we were looking at, was the decorative type benches in the flower beds. We were not telling you you cannot sit on a chair. What we were saying was you can't put it in the flower bed. That's what we did.
Not
Okay.
even talking about flower beds.
Okay. Nobody's saying you cannot sit on a bench. You cannot sit on a bench or chair in front of your house. Many people will open their garage door and do that. Again, several months ago, there was a rule that was passed in regards to patios in the front of the house. That would be, if we allowed patios, that would be an appropriate place, but we don't. So we do allow those that have porticos can place a bench or chairs in those areas and they can sit there.
So homeowners without a porch, without a portico.
Unfortunately, that's a problem for those individuals.
Maybe we could look into that.
So,
Maybe we could look into that change.
well, I'll tell you, we looked at the issue of patios before, and the board in general voted no for that. If we have a number of people who want us to reconsider that, I would say let us know.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
And when you ask people to let you know, how about putting it in the messenger? Because we can't possibly have all the residents here. All the residents do not go online, and all the residents do get the messenger. So maybe we could start publishing things in that.
The statement that Jim made this evening regarding rules is going to be in the messenger.
And maybe a form with a blank form where they could fill out.
Well, it
their
advises
answers.
you how to go about putting your
Okay.
concerns in.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
There you go. Thank you, sir. Fred Matero, 2 Mystic Cove Terrace. Change of subject. Curious, the Ben Bivens and doing all the trees. Do we have an end in sight? with-
I think Mother Nature is the one you have to be asking that question of.
Well, I mean, you said we're doing from the February storm damage.
Correct.
So I'm just curious, are they getting close to cleaning up that particular issue?
Yes,
Okay.
that is complete.
That is complete.
that is
With
complete.
this bill, that's complete?
Yeah,
That was actually not weather-related.
Oh,
That was not weather.
oh, this is more.
The one we did tonight, that is not weather-related, that's just trees that were either diseased, leaning, dangerous.
Okay. Will there be more next month?
They probably will be. They probably will be.
Okay, I was just curious. You know, just, you know, no surprises, that's all. Second, I am not a smoker, and I know this might irritate smokers. I know we had the issue with the mulch. Would it behoove the board to make a rule that there's zero smoking in all common areas in Mirage as a safety issue?
We can look into that.
That's a hot button, I know. There are people who smoke and
It
like
is
to
a
sit on the
hot button.
benches, but it's a consideration, to throw out there. That's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyone else? The ice cream's melting in the back. If not, could I have a motion to adjourn, please?
Second, a motion.
Second.
Thank you, everyone, again for coming out.
Strangers in the night.